is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
You have to restore next time. Put a stop record button after when I'm coming to the studio. Yeah, that's fine. After this, just put the record. Next time, remember, you don't need to rearrange it there. Just go to restore straight away. Right. And it picks you back to where you are supposed to be.
We'll have to go do the TV.
You want to do what?
The TV, no.
Yeah, you can do the TV now. You can do it when or can you do it? It can be fast. So you better let me go live first. And when I go live, how can I give you access? Okay, don't worry. I'll give you this. That's it. It's coming. Yeah. Good morning everywhere. Ekaaro, ekasan, ekale níbi gbogbo tẹ́tí ń wò mí lẹ́ni. Mo kí gbogbo wa káàbọ̀, àkó ojúmọ́, àkókò lè dá. How is everything going with you? I hope the weekend was not bad. And your Monday started very well the way you expected it to be. It's not as easy anyway. We have to acknowledge that, especially when you come from a very, very long, what do you call it, weekend, that you treat yourself, you enjoy yourself with the family before you now go back to work on Monday. It's not always easy, but we thank God that our Monday was great, especially yesterday was Labor Day, where the labor observes the day for those that have tried and labored in the United States of America. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that always switch to this channel to watch what we are doing here. Thank you so much and God bless you. My name again is Shina Ayo Oyinlola. I will keep telling you my name every time so that you can remember who is that is on the screen with you. All right. I have told you earlier, before, was it yesterday or before yesterday, if you are following this program, that we have this program every 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. daily, Monday through Friday. And don't forget, we also go live 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily. That's going to be Tuesday through Thursdays. So you have to check us out. And there's some other good things that we are bringing into your views. We want you to enjoy us. We want you to know that we are trying our best to bring what is happening in Houston, Texas to your to your view. Not only in Houston, even in Nigeria and everywhere in the whole world. Whatever we hear, we let people know how it is. We just put it the way it is. And that's why some people will be saying, Abntv, how are they? What's going on? How is this? We're just trying our best. And we believe God will continue to be on our side. Shina Ayo Oyinlola is my name, and I will be the anchor today by God's grace. That Sarah Bukola. Sarah Bukola is not available right now, but probably she might join us later But let me tell you, today we want to discuss a lot of things about our lives, not only the lives, about relationship, about some things that some people do in relationship that gets people mad. Some people is just when you go to the restroom and you don't wash your hand, your spouse can get mad. Hey, you started again. You just use the restroom, you don't wash your hand. Instead of just say, hey, babe, can you just go back and wash your hand? It's when you do it with love, I'm sure your babe or your spouse will go back and wash his hand. But when you say, you've started again, you will never wash your hand. Every time you will use the restroom, you will wash. And some people get mad at that. And some people, when you get to where you take a bath in the shower, maybe you just like to put the soap, probably the surface place. And your spouse might not like it. So all the time you put water on I don't even like it. I can't even touch that soap again. The water is there everywhere. Look at the way everything is looking. Some people don't like it. But you need to study your spouse and know what your spouse really loves. You know, I told someone, I said, most of the time, when we're talking from experience at times, because experience, they say, is the best teacher. Let me ask you a question. Have you experienced such? Have you experienced a situation whereby your spouse just keep nagging, and you're like, it might not be what you do immediately. It might be what you have done. It might not be what you even think she is nagging for, or whichever way, vice versa. It might be something that it says that you won't just get away from it all the time. You will just do it. What are the things that you do that makes your spouse not feeling good about you? Is it the one that you put on your dress, you're like, hey, I'm ready, yeah, I gotta go, and she's like, no, I don't want you to put on that shirt. That shirt is and that's the shirt you have been seeing yourself wearing in your own dream. and your spouse just said, no, I don't like that shirt on you. No matter how cool you are, when you change the shirt, you know the way you will feel. You feel so, I mean, why is she like this? Does that mean I don't wear shirt before I met her? So there's some little things that happen in our marriage that turns people off. And the little ones, if you cannot treat it well, it might actually it might end the marriage. That's why I say the only school that we all go, we get the certificate before we attend, is marriage. You know, you get the marriage certificate, then you're already in the school, then nobody gets anything out at the end of the day. It's not easy, but if you are having the spouse, or you have how will I call it? Maybe it's just someone that you have been together for a long time. You can't even call him spouse because he has never proposed to you that he wanted to marry you. But you've been together for a long time. But there's some that just last week they met and now he's kneeling down. Will you marry me? That's fine. Nothing is bad about that. And there's some that when you meet them today, oh my gosh, everything about their life, I mean, I'm talking about ladies this time around, they will start telling you because they don't want to lose you again. You know, some ladies, they will start telling you some things you don't even know about them. So that when you hear that thing, you won't feel bad about it. Some ladies will just say, I just want you to know, do you know that your friend that I met you with? Yeah, I've dated him, but not really something serious. But he wanted to take it so serious, but I didn't allow it. And in case you guys talk and it start blah 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 blah, that's what I'm telling you. Fine, that's good. It's good that you tell your spouse that. But how are you sure that your spouse is not going to use it against you whenever he sees you with a friend together, or whenever he sees you actually having something to say with a friend, or you are somewhere in the bar, at the bar, and that your friend comes around? How do you think your friend will be comfortable with his friend that you met him through? You know, there are a lot of things that are problems in our marriage. In some marriage, it's about man. It's about man. Every time He wants you to talk about him. He wants you to say whatever you want to say about him. He always wants to just take over everything in the house. Man, slow down. We have women to help us out. Not only help, we are together. It's a race. We are together in that race. Do not let everything be about you. Just about you. And woman too, because it's vice versa. It happens too. The woman can say, oh, it's about me. Don't let anything be about a spouse. Let it be very, very, let it be something that it will be 50-50 at least. Even if not 60-40, men at times take 60 and the woman take 40 at times. And woman take 60 at times and men take 40 at times. It depends on how it is. Because most of the time in the house, two of you cannot be so smart. If you have two smart guys, the wife is smart, the husband is also smart. You don't know how they are going to live together. Because marriage is not for the smart ones at times. When two of you are too smart, you end up, macheting each other somewhere. But marriage is mostly okay at times that I've seen. Someone should be able to calm a little bit while the other one could be everywhere. And with that, they can balance it. But if we are having too, even in their house, they cannot, if the two are together in their house, someone must be able to calm down no matter what, no matter how you are. It can be the man, it can be the woman. But we still want to talk about what is going on in people's life today. Like I told you, we touch all those things that can affect your own, things that has happened to some people, and they tell us what happened, and we can use our experience, or you too can support us by giving us your own experience, how you see it, and it will be solved and they will be happy. Now, there are some spouse that I think I got one not quite long, and the lady was complaining that she doesn't know what's wrong with her spouse. That whenever they go to store, if the spouse didn't take candy, it would take soda or whatever that he won't pay for. And this has been going on for a long time. They will have put everything in the bucket, and by the time they are doing the checking out, we will just smuggle one or two out of it. And this is getting the lady is getting mad at that, because the lady got to know. Most of the time the registrar don't even know that that's what is happening. And whenever the lady tells the guy that, why are you always doing that? It's not that we don't have enough money to take care of what we bought, but see, he won't listen. So most of the time it might not be that man. You can help the man out. There are some things that is happening in the home, and that is where we come in as the station to let you know that, okay, we can fix it. How do we fix it? It's by hearing the opinion of the people all over the world. That's why we are live now. A lot of people are watching us from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Canada, from London, from US, which is America here, and also from all over the world. That's why you are able to be part of it today. Thank you for tuning on. Like I tell you, we're going to have fun today, and not just fun, it's going to be fun to the fullest. My name is Shino Ayo Oyinlola. I'd like to go for a short break right now, and after this short break, you know what? We're going to dabble into the problem of the day. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. When it comes to eating African food like you are in Africa, don't just call for jollof rice. Ask for greens and solid jollof rice, greens and solid fried rice, greens and solid ewa going, greens and solid porridge yam, babambari reni, greens and solid amala on point. Gbegiri àti ewédú lórí àmàlà tó fẹ́lẹ́ tó ń gbóná fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ with your choice of meat or fish. Roundabout ni, abọ́dí, ṣàkíní àbẹ́dọ̀, ẹja aláràn lẹ́nfẹ́ ni, àbí kúrúkà, bó sì jẹ́ tilapia ni, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. At greens and solid amala on point, just give us few minutes to prepare what you order, and boom!
you have it exactly as it is pictured. Grace and solid Amalon points. 11134 Highway C South, Sugarland, Texas 77498, Suite 216, or Grace and solid Amalon points at 12306 Bichno Street, Houston, Texas 77072, inside the Shell gas station. Telephone 832-295-3570 or cell phone 832-692-0465. Greens and Solids on Facebook, Greens and Solids on Instagram, or www.food@greenandsolid.com. Food as it is in Africa. Grace and Solid Amalon points. See you there.
Without auto insurance, do you know the time and money you'll spend if you're caught? Why risk it? At Aegis Insurance, we have several insurance carriers to tailor your specific needs. We offer low rates on liability starting from $38 a month. For a 2 vehicle, $65 a month. No driver's license, no problem. We accept Texas IDs, passports, international driver's license, and expired driver's license. Pay 3 months in advance and save 20% on auto insurance. We offer discounts for switching over to Aegis, as well as good student discounts. Buy by phone, pay by phone. It's just that simple. It's our job to meet your needs when no one else can. So don't get caught driving without auto insurance. The law requires you to have liability. Call Aegis Insurance today for a free quote and start saving money.
Welcome to Unique Beauty Palace, where you can find your beauty skincare products: whitening body lotion, whitening oil, glowing oil, serum, scrub, black soap, body wash, whitening and glowing supplement. We also have one-on-one discussion about your skin type. Check us out at Unique Beauty Palace, 12699A, Eastern Street, Houston, Texas 77099. Open 9:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Close on Sundays. Telephone 713-548-7739 or 281-741-7080 or www.uniquebeautypalace.com. Unique Beauty Palace. Check us out today.
All right, you are mostly welcome back. So we were talking about the way people react at times about some certain things. I actually don't really get this, but maybe you can explain a little bit much more better for me. Can we liken the experience with something that has happened to us in the past? Like, I don't mean, I mean whether good or bad thing. Can we say experience and what happened to us in the past is the same? Because there are some things that are more than experience. You know, we can call that one something that comes to our mind and get us scared again. Is that experience, or we call it a nightmare, or what? Because I don't really know how to tally the two together. Something that's happened to us in the past that can make us feel like, hey, you know, that you remember and you are like, oh my God, is that experience? Do we call it experience, or we call it bad experience, or what do we call it? So I want to ask us this morning, wherever you're watching me, maybe it's in the afternoon or in the night. Let me ask you a question. Is experience a nightmare the same? Something that happened to you in the past and you remember all the time, something that I cannot call it, something that comes to your brain and you are like, oh, this thing again. What? What can you call it? Do we call it trauma? Okay, when we say it's trauma, can trauma be likened with the experience? Because let's look at people that have been dating each other for a long time, and maybe the guy is always beating on the lady and all to the extent that she will beat the lady to come at times. She will hug her and say, I'm sorry, I love you, I don't mean to do this. She will still maltreat her, she will still do all this, and the lady still love him until when the parent of the lady now eventually get the lady out of the stress. Now the lady is out and she got another guy. Whenever another guy do like this, even if that person want to touch something, do like this, what will happen to the lady? I'm asking you, can we now liken the trauma with the experience? Is it the same thing? I just want to know, because at times you just have to ask yourself, is the experience and the trauma the same thing? Because when you put experience beside the trauma, it is a little bit like they are alike, because it's something you experienced in the past. But trauma can be a bad one, a very, very bad one. So if you are having a trauma and you are not in a relationship, and the relationship you left before, the one you left is not as good as you expected it, does that mean you are not going to go into any relationship again? Does that mean the relationship is over for you? Does that mean you have to be single till you die? Does that mean nobody can come around you and will be faithful to you? Or does that mean you can't be faithful to nobody again? Experience and trauma, they are two different things. But if you check their level, you can actually liken the two together. That is something you experienced in the past. We can still call it an experience, but the trauma make it a little bit bigger than what some other people might even experience. What about a lady, a 14-year-old lady that has been raped by his dad, by her dad? Okay, can we call that experience? Because by the time that one is 30 or 28 or whatever, is ready to get married, do you think that thing won't be coming to our mind all the time? No matter how good the dad is after that, no matter how good the husband is as at that time, the trauma will still be coming to our face no matter what, especially whenever they're having intercourse. So can we now like experience with trauma? It's a two different thing. I don't really get it because I know you guys know better than I do. So the experience and the trauma is what we'll be looking into today. So let me know from your own part. You can send a text message, or you can send a WhatsApp message, or you can call us direct on 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650. Experience and trauma, what is it to you? Are they the same thing, or one is a little bit higher, or can we still call the trauma an experience? I don't know. You have to check it out. Please, wherever you are watching me, try to write whatever you feel. Just type it down. Let's know your own view. Is experience trauma, is trauma an experience, or are they the same thing? You can call us on 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650, and we'll be able to pick it up and talk to you. Let me go for this short break, and then we'll be right back.
Àánú Olúwa African Store, níbi tí a ti ń ta oúnjẹ Áfíríkà lóníkan òjọ̀kan, iṣu, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, èlùbọ́, gààrí tọ́kan tó wọ̀nyí, ẹja tútù, ẹja gbígbẹ, pọ̀nmọ́, panla, ẹ̀fọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ní àwọn ohun èròjà inú ọbẹ̀ tiwantiwa tó pójú owó, epo pupa, tìmáàtì, atarodo, sọ̀m̀bọ̀, tàǹtàṣé, irú, ògìrì, àwọn ìrẹsì tiwantiwa. Bó ń fẹ́ ọ̀fadà, ó rí níbẹ̀. Àánú Olúwa African Store, wọ́n ń bá ní ṣe oúnjẹ, tẹ́ ẹ bá ní ṣíṣe. Oúnjẹ wọn dùn, ó pójú owó. Wọ́n ń ṣe home delivery fún ẹni tí ó bá lè wá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń fẹ́ ra àwọn ohun èlò ẹwà ara tàbí ohun èlò ẹwà orí obìnrin, báàgì ìléwọ́, weave-on, jewelry, bàtà, aṣọ Áfíríkà. Wọ́n ń ṣe ẹwà irun orí fún àwọn obìnrin. Gbogbo ohun èròjà tí ẹbí rẹ nílò ni wọ́n ń tà níbẹ̀. Bó jẹ́ tọkùnrin, bó jẹ́ tobìnrin àti tàwọn èwe pẹ̀lú. Àánú Olúwa African Store wà ní number 4917 Highway 36 South Suite B, Rosenborg, Texas 77471. Tí ẹ bá ń fẹ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé, ẹ pè Janet lórí aago torun 832-858-6453 tàbí 832-858-6455. Máa gbénú Amẹ́ríkà ló nǹkan Áfíríkà. Àánú Olúwa African Store ló nìyẹn, ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé.
Mama, time for so sweet bread. Since I had my first bite, it's all I've been thinking about. And I can't wait to have a taste of so sweet cakes.
Sweet Bakery, your one-stop spot for your hygienically prepared, nutritious, fresh bread and pastries, ranging from African, continental, and of course, a touch of the Caribbean. See, talk about that real, soft, fresh agege bread, white bread, coconut bread, wheat bread, special sardine rolls, cinnamon raisin, fluffy delicious cakes, plus our special tea and coffee. And here's a little secret. You can also order the one and only agri beans to complement so sweet bread. They two together, it be like 5 and 6. Make a stop at 3823 Synod Road, 77082 Suite B, Houston, Texas, or call 713-264-9957. So Sweet Bakery, bringing you the best pastry. No be lie, So Sweet bread, they butter the soul, plus it dey enter medulla. Well,
Sunrise African Supermarket has been in existence for a while now with everyday 5-star rating. All our customers love one-stop shopping experience. Come, see and buy your groceries with us. Sunrise African Supermarket, 12639 Business Street, Houston, Texas 77099. Open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sundays. Telephone 346-400-7772. Sunrise African Supermarket. Come, see and buy your groceries with us.
All right, it is Abntv and we're on channels 15.6 here in Houston, Texas. If you are watching from anywhere in the whole world, I want to say welcome to the show. My name is Shino Ayo Oyinlola, and what are we looking at? We're looking about trauma, and we're talking about experience too. Can we liken trauma and experience together? Is it two different things or is the same? Can we say trauma is an experience? If it is an experience, what level of experience is trauma? Because some people, because of their trauma, they cannot even get married anymore. Because of their trauma, they can't even trust a guy anymore. Because of their trauma, they can't even trust any lady anymore. Because of their trauma, they can't even stay where too many people are. Because of their trauma, some people cannot even sleep alone in the house anymore. Because of their trauma, they can't even drive on their own anymore. Because of their trauma, they can't even see a car driving by their side and they walk anymore. Because of their trauma, some of things have been happening to people because of the trauma. They cannot even do nothing. Can we now say it's an experience? Is trauma an experience, or an experience is a trauma? Or what do we say? Are they the same? What is trauma to you? What is an experience to you? And that's what we're trying to bring up today, because I'm liking this into a relationship. In a relationship where there is a trauma, there is a problem. Where there is a trauma, there is a problem. If you have, let me say, you and your spouse have not been in good shape for a long time, a lot of things might happen. It might be the trauma of the past. It might not even be you. That she's just transferring the trauma of the past. Maybe you are trying to do the same thing, or she's looking at you that, oh, this guy might probably do the same thing. So what is the trauma? What is experience? Today I have with me in the studio my able IO, that's the Bishop IO Murakiyo, is in the studio with me today. How were you, sir, today?
Well, bless God, I'm fine.
How was your weekend like?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, I saw you all yesterday. I was watching you from afar. I said, wow, this is great.
That's good. Thank God that we're able to stand in the shoe for you.
You really try. You really try. That was a great one. I was actually discussing something before you came in. There's experience, there is trauma. At times, trauma might not let people want to do anything good anymore, because the trauma of a job might not let you want to go into that job anymore. The trauma of a car might not let you want to drive the car anymore. The trauma in the house might not let you want to sleep in the house anymore. What is experience? What is trauma?
Okay, in my own little way, I just want to say it sounds the same, but they're not.
Okay.
Experience is something you learn through. They say experience is the greatest teacher.
Yes.
You know, it happens to you and it taught you a lesson. Mm-hmm. But trauma is something that left a scar in your memory. It's like, I always liken it to when a computer have a glitch, a hard disk have a problem. And I tell people, no matter how hard you flog it, when you get to that level, it hook.
Yes.
So it's a point of reference for that fellow that is something that it takes, you can't just gloss over it. The fellow I will tell them, it get locked at that place. So trauma is a very difficult thing for a lot of people to overcome, because it deals with your mind. You get hooked there. It takes a lot of experienced counselor, therapy and all this stuff to take you through your traumatic experience. And that's what we mean by trauma, is that something that has caused you a scare in your heart. It's like a wound which refuses to close. It takes a lot of effort to close it up. But experience is something you learn through. Because when an experience comes, you just have an idea. You know, they say experience is the best teacher.
You say that, yes.
So that's what I can say about it.
So to me, what you're trying to say is that there's a difference between the trauma and the experience.
Yes.
But are they kind of close a little bit?
No, they are, but you know the problem is the state of mind, that is the state you receive the shock. The degree of experience that you look at it as a learning tools.
Okay.
But in a trauma, it's something that comes in as a shock that so many times shut people's system down. So to reboot them back is always a lot of problem. And a lot of people are even having a traumatic experience.
Okay.
And they do not acknowledge it. They were trying to diagnose at the lower level that is an experience. No, it has caused you to lock down some area. Most of the thing that trauma does is that it locks down some part of your life.
It doesn't make you...
It doesn't go... It locks down some part of your life. That to go through it, even you want to do it, but you can't. You are locked down there. It's like they have him. I'll tell them that the brain shut down at that level. The brain, you know, some people when they have a shock, they don't even think. How do you get such a people out? They don't, they lost their mind. Can we call that experience?
That's what I'm trying to.
No, we can't call that experience, because those of them, we've seen people that because of a shock, they lost their mind, they have stroke out of it, and all this stuff. So it's different from experience. Experience is something, basically, most of them, I call the experience the lower level, that you can learn from. But trauma is a higher level that it takes an expert, and it takes a lot of effort. Another word for it is the fellow feel the shock. It's like electric shock you. If you're not careful, you can die through it. That's the way I feel.
So now, which one can help the marriage? The experience or the trauma?
Experience can help a marriage, but the trauma does not help a marriage.
Okay.
Because in the virtue of marriage, what happens is that experience, you learn, okay, if this happens, this is what I would do. You got an idea of what to do, and you have made up your mind what you can do. But in the trauma, it's not a voluntary action anymore. It's involuntary action. It's a response, impulse response. You have been traumatized, and it's like somebody who has been slapped wrongly several times. Anytime a hand is raised, it's already melting.
It's like
that
thing has happened again.
So no matter what you do in his brain, the brain replayed it. The brain replayed it as if it's fresh. So such a fellow can't be counted as experience. And if you diagnose it as an experience, you're shutting the part of the fellow down. So that's why it cannot be compared in the marriage. It can't. When you know your wife has a trauma somewhere, seek for help for the woman.
So can the trauma be healed?
It takes process. It can be lower. It can be dealt with to a level, but it takes a longer strength to heal it completely. Because you need to get psychologists involved, because this is a brain thing. And the funny thing is, a lot of people believe action is what count. In actual fact, when your brain, like a child that is abused right from the early youth, they grow up without having self-confidence.
So they will be having that abusing
mind. I can tell you of experience I've seen.
Okay.
So many times, you see that that's why the American kids are bold to ask questions. They are confident. They build it in them. But bring a normal African kid that is being subjected to house help, beaten, and put down in everywhere, and it has become a scare in his mind. When even if you marry such a fellow, when you raise your voice like this, it's going under the bed.
Wow.
Because it felt, the brain will say, you are that little thing.
That trauma is here
That
again.
trauma is there again. So that's why I told people, I said, if you marry a woman that is abused, or that you have to, firstly, to help that fellow, you have to avoid that area that shut her down. That you are married a sexual abuse woman who have been used. Sex is not taught to her that it's love affair. She's just being used by those who take her at the age of 13 or 14, use her for prostitute and all this stuff. She might have a love in her heart, but that department, she's not healed there. So it takes a lot of effort for you to let her understand that it's not that way. This is a mutual agreement. A lot of teaching. So it's a difficult issue to overcome, and I know a lot of people are facing it. Even some are having it minute. We all have it. We all have it. We can't say, we don't have it. No, we all have it. We have some little things that traumatize us. Like some of us, when we say rat, like for me now, when you kill a rat, I can't stay around you.
Oh, why?
When I was small, I hate the way he twists his eyes. When they kill the rat, the thing, when I was small, it will not close his eyes.
It will do like this. It will be rolling its eyes.
So that thing scared me so much. So when you kill it, up till now, when they kill a rat, that's my wife, go and take that thing. Go and take that thing. He said, I said, go and take that. I will be screaming, go and take that thing. If I said, no. He said, why is it that you cannot even? I said, no, I don't want to see it. I said, please save me. I don't want to see the eyes.
So it's like a trauma.
It's like a trauma.
Okay.
So we all have it in the little way.
Okay, for those that are just watching us, what we are actually discussing is the difference between the trauma and experience, and how does they help? How does these two help the relationship? What is your own experience? This trauma an experience, or an experience a trauma? So we want to know the difference between the two, because as he was saying now, he was actually telling us that trauma is a little bit higher than experience, because it's something that comes as a shock that can shut down the whole body system whenever it happens again. It's just like he's citing his own as a sample that most of the time when he sees a rat being killed and the eye is turning like this, he'll be like, hey, can you please take care of that rat? Meanwhile, the rat is not going to do nothing except what has just happened. but because of the way you feel whenever such a thing happens. So I was now asking that if that happened, okay, what about our marriage? If there's a trauma, does trauma heal? Can it be healed? He said yes, it can be healed, but it can take a little while before it can be healed. It takes therapies, it takes a lot of psychological, whatever, to put together to make trauma heal. But experience can be bad, it can be good. So if experience is not trauma, if trauma is not experience, which one can help our marriage? Experience can help. How does it happen? Maybe you have been in a marriage before and you see what has happened in that marriage, and the other time you get into another marriage, you want to see what you have done wrong the first time, then you'll be able to control it, right? So that is the difference between experience and trauma. I said trauma at times. There are some people that because of the accident they had with their car, for the first time in their life, they see the head of somebody just rolling on the floor. Maybe it's a friend that they took in the car and they are just going for a fun, for a party somewhere. Maybe they just take a shot of NSC or something, and not knowing one way or the other, boom, the thing happened, and the guy or the friend just lost a life or his life like that. So the trauma will be on the head of that girl or that guy. Because whenever he sees anybody taking a shot of NAC or taking anything that want to drive her or him, he will say, no, I'm not going to drive. Because of what? It's an experience, but it's a trauma. Experience, when an experience turns to a trauma, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Because trauma cannot be healed easily. It's a shock of the heart. So now, how do we now relate this with a relationship that we are talking about? There's some relationship that trauma does not allow the relationship to sustain. It's not the fault of this guy this time around. It's not the fault of the lady this time around, but it's just because of the trauma of it. Maybe somebody have abused her or him in the relationship, and it became a big deal to him or her, and that is why it became a trauma. Now, when it became a trauma, it takes only God to take it out of his eye or his mind or her mind before he can let go and accept the new guy in her life or in a new girl in his life. So what we're talking about today, you can say your own feel. What do you feel? How do you feel? What is the experience? What is trauma to you? And how do you think trauma help our relationship? And how do you think experience help our relationship? I mean, relationship that we're having. Like right now, there's a lady. There is a lady that has this guy that always abuse her, beating her to the coma and every other thing. And at the end of the day, the parents took the lady out of that mess, marriage. And at the end of the day, the lady is now saying she doesn't think she can marry again because of what the guy has done. That the guy will always drink and come and beat her at home. So okay, now they are no more together. The lady is in another relationship. The day he got that the other guy is also drinking. It's a that one is not drinking like the other one, but social drinking. You know, the guy is just a social drinker. He just takes a little bit of a sip of something, and from that time, the lady is not picking up the guy's call again because it's a trauma. Like, hey, no, so how do we solve that issue? What do you think the lady can do now? Because it is the trauma, not the experience again. But the lady, not that the lady doesn't love the guy, but because the guy is taking a shot of, you know what I'm talking about. So now the lady is looking at the guy as they are the same. How can you let the guy know they are not the same? It's just the experience you have before that put that trauma in your head. And until you let go of that trauma, you will continue to have it.
She doesn't have control over the control of the trauma.
So how do you think she should go about this?
The only fellow that could, Yoruba said, those who used to kill somebody doesn't like would die. You know why?
Okay.
He knows what that thing is capable of doing.
Okay.
So the only fellow who can help the marriage is the guy. You know, when you know your spouse is traumatized in one area, you have to avoid it clinically.
Oh.
To at least for the healing time, healing process. Okay, like you said, the lady is not in control of what she feel when the guy drink.
No, she's not, because it's a trauma.
It's a trauma. It's an involuntary action. And how would they shut it down for immediate answer?
But the guy is not drinking the drink for her. He's just taking his own shot.
The guy should, if he's really love her, avoid it.
The guy should not drink again.
Yes, for now. Yes. Okay, let me say this. Maybe thank God you are a Yoruba man. You know, in those days when they're marrying our sister and all this stuff, the family will tell them this is a thing you don't do.
Yeah.
And if the man is not agree, say, please
go
your way.
Go your way.
Yorubas are so wise. We thought it was just fun. They will tell you it's the taboo for this girl. They say, don't do party. Don't do this. You might love it. You have to take it as a cross. Maybe no.
So the guy must take it as a cross now.
He has to help the lady to cross over.
When? Till when?
Who knows when she'll get healed?
So if she didn't get healed in the next 20 years, the guy won't take anything.
He should forget about drinking.
Forever. Until you don't like that.
Until you know the problem is after a while, the degree of the trauma. You know, when the lady, you know, it's a narrow thing. It might be adjusted. There's a way you work on it.
That will be coming down gradually.
Like I know my daughter, because when she was small, I gave her chicken thighs to eat, and I told her, I said, when you eat the chicken thigh, it will fly inside you.
Okay.
I did not cause problem. Up to now, she's 18. She doesn't want to see chicken
because
she tells me that, Daddy, it will fly.
It will fly.
It will fly. And 2 days ago, I was just talking to her. I said, listen, you eat goat. He doesn't eat goat. You eat cow. He said, cow is big now. He can volunteer some meat. So what about the chicken? He said, no, Daddy, I can't eat chicken. He said, he said, you are the one that caused this. He said, in my brain, every time I take it in my hand, I look at it, it's going to fly. So you can see how small. That's why sometimes when we scare kids,
we should be very cautious what we scare them with.
Yes. And the reason they kill goat, goat will say, man. He said it was a occasion. He said the goat was pleading for mercy, and you killed the goat.
Oh yeah.
That locked out. No goat.
Like when the goat say, man, that means it's begging.
Please don't kill me.
Don't kill me.
So if somebody now married that one, and I said, go and kill goat and cook it for me. If he didn't sit down to talk, I know that the man might be the one that like goat meat.
But I'm looking at it from this angle, that what if the guy drink and don't hit on her, and the guy make it very frequent for her to know that it's not everybody that drink that eat on the lady.
That's why I say it's like a school.
Because like when you say you should get away from the drink, what if the drink is helping the guy separately in another level?
Okay. It's like a school.
Okay.
You don't take from one student to go and write WAEC. You will cause confusion.
From one
student to go and write WAEC.
Okay.
You will cause confusion.
Yes.
Good. So these ladies are at lower hand.
Okay.
If the guy is going to take it out through, I'm sure I'm not going to drink for now.
But if you don't drink for now and she didn't see you drinking,
that
shows that whenever you want to start again, you start the trauma again.
What I'm saying is that you begin to educate.
That what?
Listen, not everybody. But when you are taking it wrong, something, you can't communicate. You take the attention of that call.
She won't listen to you.
She won't listen at that because she's scared already. Her mind is, she's So go take the wine away and start the school. And by the time she got to a level that she would by herself say, okay, but don't take it around me. So that's fine.
But don't take it around me.
That's the beginning of healing.
Okay.
Don't take it around me, and I don't want to smell it.
Okay.
So you see, it's
so you can go and drink, but when you drink and you come back, mouth. What if you drink, you don't wash your mouth? Because if you wash your mouth, you are still making that, you will still make it scare. You will still scare her.
No. You people have discussed. You know, she too have to come away. You have to come away. Because this thing is it's not voluntarily. It's involuntary action.
Okay.
So, like, I do some things at times. I've done it for my kids. Today I bought.
There are a lot of people that are testing now. Somebody is telling me that if that guy is okay, he said if the guy is love the girl. He said if the guy love the girl, the guy should drink and explain that not all the drinkers beat their wives. And I can see a lot of people watching us from everywhere in the whole world. We have Ola, that's my brother, Pastor Ola. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. Yeah. And we have Dari Kolos, Dari Kolos, Kolurejo, Dari Kolos. Thank you, my brother, for watching. Like I said, there's difference between trauma and experience. They are both experience,
yes,
but one
there's a grade of reaction
is in a greater level.
Yes.
Okay. Now, like this, the guy that said that now, that he said it is possible for you to drink, but when you drink, be nice to her so that she can know that. He said if you have not been nice before, whenever you take that shot, be much nice to her. Then from there she will be changing her orientation about those that drink around.
That's also good too. Like what you said before.
Okay.
You said the moment you hear that this guy drink, he's locked up.
That's it.
So how do you get him started? Is it not when somebody is talking to you that you drink and be nice?
I think the guy will be drinking the thing without letting her know. But do not brush your teeth so that when you get there, she also will feel you drink, but change your behaviors more pleasant. Be more pleasant to her. You know what I'm saying? It depends
on the degree of the trauma.
Okay.
You know, it's like some people that smoke before.
Okay.
When they've seen the end of smoke, when you smoke 10 miles, they can smell it.
Have you smoked before?
No.
You don't know how it is?
I know. I don't know. I've seen with some people. They irritate them, you know, when people pass them with the body odor of smoke like this, their heads spring.
And they don't want to be part
of it at all.
All right, for those that want to be part of this show, you can call us on 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650. That's the number you can call to be part of this show and let us know what your view is. Is it something that you think is okay? How does it help our relationship? Is it the experience that helps our relationship or the trauma? Because the trauma can be disastrous, you know, I tell you that. But experience at times can be trauma. So what's the
interwoven the world?
They really come into each other, you know. It's like the experience, the trauma. If you didn't experience it, if you don't see it, it doesn't become an experience. So an experience can be either good or bad. I think the highest bad, the word that is most bad is the trauma. So God will not let us have a trauma in our lives. And for those that have the trauma, I pray for healing, that God will heal you by the grace of God. You have no reason to start carrying that all around. But I want to let you know something, that that not to kill somebody doesn't mean you should not enter
the first healing for traumatic people is ability to discuss what they're traumatic about.
Yeah, but they won't discuss easily.
That's what they say. That's where therapists talk about it.
Okay.
You know, like if you tell me now, like my wife will say to me, eat it, there's nothing going to happen.
Okay.
You know, if you see it, I will, even if you like run around the house,
you'll run away.
But I will say, he's standing there, just eat it. I'll turn my back. Because we're discussing it. So one of the things is that discussion.
Talk about
it. She might say, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Find a way of talking about it.
Okay.
Because words are powerful.
Okay.
So when the fellow will be getting it,
and they should discuss, and it's half soft. It's half soft.
So discuss it. Don't let that fellow shut down.
Okay.
Because every traumatic fellow shut down immediately. When you get to the angle, they're down.
Wow. So as it is now, like I said earlier, we will have a lot of things about this trauma and experience. Today, we're discussing trauma and we're discussing experience. Some people are having experience that does not help their marriage, and some people are having trauma that has nothing to do with the boyfriend or with the girlfriend, but it's still affecting their marriage. What happened to somebody? We'll discuss it after this break. But before I go for the break, I want you to understand something. We have a lot of people that have been supporting this show. Today we're going to bring the Grace and Solid interview. You know, Grace and Solid interview. It will come up right now after this one. Grace and Solid interview, where Amala Point was interviewed, and they talked about her life. She talked about her life, things that has happened to her in life, and maybe you can grab some things out of what she said. Amala Point, she's an household name here in Houston, Texas, and the interview we will let you see the interview after this my talk. Then I still want to say a big thank you to BSA Logistics. BSA Logistics is one of the logistic company that is doing greatly in Houston, Texas. I don't know what you want to ship at all. Just call on BSA Logistics and they are going to let you get the price and everything, and you will love it. You will always want to be with them. I want to say a big thank you to Daniel Fashion too. Daniel Fashion LLC. I don't know what you want to put on your whatever clothes, the kind of clothes, prom coat, tuxedo, agbada, buba, shokoto, gown, and every kind of clothes sewing like that. Daniel Fashion is right there for you. So you need to check Daniel Fashion out. And another thing about Daniel Fashion is they have this home cotton. They do all that, so that you can as well call them for your home cotton, and it's not going to break the wardrobe. It's not going to break the bank. Then I want to say a big thank you to Finger Linking. Finger Linking has been around for a while now for African food. You know, we have all the kind of African food that you guys have been tasting, you'll be eating with them. So right now, Finger Linking is actually having a cavity spot in their store right there, that you can take herbal tea to cure whatever disease that you are having. Everybody is carrying one thing or the other. Maybe your own is your stomach is bloating. Your own might be you can't even rest. Your own might be you cannot sleep. Your own might be, all the time whenever I walk like this, I'm tired. In those herbal tea, there are a lot of things that you can just take about 2 cups of tea or maybe 3, then you'll be fine. And if you make it a repeated thing, guess what? You're going to enjoy yourself more. You need to check them out. Finger Linking, they are open from morning till night, so you need to check them out today. What that thing that is paining you, that place that you don't feel so comfortable about, you just go and tell them, and they will give you the tea that can regulate it. And I want to say a big thank you to Unique Beauty Palace. Unique Beauty Palace is what I told you, that your skin is what they deal with. They want to make sure that the thing that you're using on your skin is what your skin really wanted. Not that your skin, this place will be white, the other one will be black, and it will be like, oh my God, what is this? So they will help you to correct it. Or you have a stretch mark on your body and every other thing. Unique Beauty Palace will help you out. You need to let them know that from Abntv we say you should come, and there will be a discount for you whenever you mention Abntv. Don't just go there or call them without mentioning, I heard from Abntv. That can help them to be able to say, yeah, we are tracking a lot of people that are calling us. Even if you don't have anything to do with them, call them and ask them some things that you think can help your skin. They can give you advice over the phone. You need to call Unique Beauty Palace. And again, I want to say a big thank you to Glory of God. Glory of God African Market is one of the best here in Houston, Texas, and they are doing wonderfully okay. Then I want to say Suya on the spot. For those that was there yesterday, a lot of people was there. They say, Suya didn't open. She didn't open. She opened. She only opened from I think it's from 10 a.m. to like 10 in the evening, or maybe 7 in the evening. So we'll get across, or whenever we play the advert, you'll see the time they open on it. Then you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to watch I mean, you'll be able to buy whatever you want to buy from them. I want to say a big thank you to Bishop Remy Michael too. Babani, God bless you, sir. We love you, sir. We love you. And we have Amala Joint. That's the place I told you that whenever you have a new cash, a new girl, you want to talk to your girl, you want to be in a good atmosphere, go to Amala Joint and sit down, relax, and let them give you African food that can relax your body. Especially, they have one we call Ewa Going. Their Ewa Going is out of this world, man. It's so great. And whenever you have the Ewa Going, don't forget to get the So Sweet bread. So Sweet bread is more like a gege bread. You need to try So Sweet bread. Whenever you put So Sweet bread and Ewa Going all together, you knock it. It's one of the best experiences you want to be having every day. And I want to say a big thank you to Aegis Insurance. Aegis Insurance is the one I told you. Whether your ID card is valid or not valid, just tell them. They'll give you an insurance, and the more car you put on your premium, the more your premium comes lower. So please try Aegis Insurance at Anulua African Market. Is still there, African store. You need to check Anulua African Market. They are doing great at what do we call it? Rosenborg right there. Anulua is one of the best. And I want to say a big thank you to Sunrise Supermarket. Sunrise Supermarket is the one I told you that when you get there, you think you are in Walmart. It's as big as that. So all you need to just go there and take anything that has to do with African groceries, and they will get it to you. It doesn't matter whether Nigeria, Ghana, or whatever. It's an African market. So go there and grab whatever you want to get there. I want to say a big thank you to Grace and Solid Amala on Point, and that's the one I said you will hear something from her. Can we please go up there and hear from all our sponsors? Then when we come back, we're going to tell you the experience that someone has when it comes to trauma and when it comes to the real experience. My name again is Shino Ayoindola. Don't go nowhere.
Orúkọ mi ni Bọ́láńlé Adéyẹmí, olùdarí Grains and Solid Amala on Point. Some people even called me Ìyá Amala. Some people call me Ìyá Ẹ̀bà. Some people call me Ìyá Ṣàkì. There is nothing you call me when it comes to food. I take the name anyway. Ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ìbàdàn ní Ọjà Ọba. Mo gbé ní àárín Èkó. Mo gbé ní Ìkẹjà. Mo dẹ̀ gbé ní Sùúrùlérè. I started my education from Hadrawo Memorial. I went to St. Mary Private School. I went to Antioch Comprehensive. And I went to Tayo Fashion School. My mommy really wanted me to go into fashion, which I know a lot about fashion. Mama Ronsho Nota. That is where I started all my things. But my hobby is cooking from childhood. Ipò kẹfà ni mo wà o. Àwọn ìbejì ló tẹ̀lé mi, mẹ́jọ ni wá. Àwọn tó really mọ̀ pẹ̀lú mi, Ṣọlá Bàtólà, Motúnráyọ̀, Táíwò Kẹ́hìndé Bàtólà. Nickname they know us with is Batolas, because that's my stepfather and that's the person that raised me here. I can remember very well. Mo lè rántí dáadáa pé mo wà bí ọmọ ọdún 9. Momsy mi ní house help. And then when we eat, kí n jẹun tán, house help kan fún èèyàn mẹ́ta. And we are many in the house. Ó wá di ọjọ́ yẹn, a wá jẹun kù. Àṣé momsy mi ti ń ṣọ́ gbogbo wa. Lọ́ba náà jẹ́ tẹ́ jẹ́ kù yìí o, ẹ̀bà mi ń bẹ̀. Àṣàṣe bí n pa gbò. Bó ṣe jí wa lóru nìyẹn, ó yẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jẹ oúnjẹ yìí. Látijọ́ lọ́ba ní kó má máa sóúnjẹ fún wa mọ́ o. Èmi gẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ̀ máa ń pa oúnjẹ pọ̀ ní kitchen. Bá ti wà ní kitchen. Wọ́n ní Bọ́láńlé tún ti ń ṣèṣekúṣe tó máa ń ṣe o. Gbogbo náà lọ máa jẹ́ bá ṣe tán lọ́mọ ọdún 9 náà. Wọ́n ní Bọ́láńlé kí ni máa dùn. Wọ́n á dẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó tẹ̀lé mi. Ó yọ lé oúnjẹ sísè. Àwa ní Bọ́láńlé jọ òde ṣe máa fún ẹlẹ́ran mi. Àtìgbà yẹn ni màá mi sọ fún mi pé ká máa dá sí oúnjẹ tiwa. That is why I come about cooking food. That's funny. Mo dàgbà díẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn le díẹ̀ o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ ìrántí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbà yẹn mo ti ń lọ pé 18. Ó wá ní èèyàn kan tó máa ń tẹ̀lé mi káàkiri. tó bá ti tẹ̀lé mi ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo dẹ̀ lẹ́gbọ́n yẹn Ṣọlá ó burú gan-an kò gbọ́dọ̀ rí ọkọ̀ pẹ̀lú mi àna fẹ́ kú ni mi ṣe kọ́kọ́ o èèyàn yẹn gbá tẹ̀lé mi lẹ́yìn o ó rìn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi o ó máa gbóní tọ̀hún yẹn létí àtúnlẹ̀ mi náà. débi tẹ́ pé ọmọkùnrin yẹn gangan ni mo pàpà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń déètì nígbà náà torí wọ́n nu arákùnrin yẹn wọ́n nu èmi náà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ lọ́mọ yẹn bá ní pé torí wọ́n ti nà òun o òun ò kú wá ní ìlọ torí ibi tó ti nà òun lòun máa dúró sí i o and that was it then. I was born with a diamond sperm, but when I started growing up, things went a little bit different, which I started going to Dubai at the age of 19 years old. I just started to do business because I love doing business from childhood anyway. I like making money. And I started selling gold at the age of 19 years old, which I can remember very well. Nígbà tí iṣẹ́ okòwò góòlù tí ó dà mí pé gbogbo èèyàn ń jẹ mí lówó wọ́n àwọn pé kí ni mo tún lè ṣe o wọ́n á tẹ̀síwájú máa ń taṣọ ọkùnrin aṣọ ríran wọ́n á tẹ̀síwájú pé kí n tiẹ̀ lọ London ìgbà tí mo dé London wọ́n kọ̀ gbogbo èèyàn máa ń lọ London kí ló máa lọ ń ṣe. I need to know what I want to go and do. By the time I got there, my sister, my mommy junior sister was there. I have uncle, I have a lot of people over there. And bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ẹ̀ ṣe ní Bọ́láńlé ìwọ́n tó ń pọ̀ mọ́ oúnjẹ ṣe gan-an ó ti ẹ̀dá bàlọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ the den ó ṣí restaurant sí North West ó yà wá lọ máa handle business yẹn. Mi bá ní ẹ wo mi ṣó ń jẹjàre I'm tired ló bá ní wọ́n máa sanwó gidi fún ẹ mi bá dẹ̀ ti gbọ́rọ̀ owó níṣẹ́ ni egungun mi máa dìde. Ìgbà tí mo dé London náà ló bá ní kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ that was ọjọ́ kẹta tí mo dé London n bá ṣàdé bẹ́ẹ̀ ìgbà tí mo dé bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn àbúrò mi wà ń bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àbúrò mi bá ní àǹtí mi ẹ má ẹ̀kọ́ fún yín iṣẹ́ ìdọ̀tí o èmi náà dẹ̀ tí mo kọ́kọ́ gbà yẹn n bá débẹ̀ ló bá ní kí n kúrò ń bẹ̀ yẹn kí n wọ́n tiẹ̀ fi mí síbi tí máa ti sóúnjẹ wọ́n ní kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ máa mọ́ọ̀bù tọ́ẹ̀lẹ̀tì n bá ní tọ́ẹ̀lẹ̀tì èmi lè gbọ́ mo náà mọṣẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ tí mo náà tí ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ló bá dẹ̀ nǹkan náà ní bá sọ fẹ́ gbé bá pa àbúrò mi wọ́n mà ní máa mọ́ọ̀bù tọ́ẹ̀lẹ̀tì àbúrò mi bá ní ẹ kúrò méjọ rí ẹ kúrò máa fún yín lówó èrè lọ́fẹ́ máa fún yín èmi náà bá gbọ́nà ń bá dán lé lọ́sàn yẹn bá kọjá lọ ń bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ àbúrò mi pé jọ owó tó ní o fẹ́ máa fún mi ní ọ̀sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀ ńkọ́ tó ní kí n má ṣiṣẹ́ ó ní ẹ̀mọ́ pé London lẹ́wà ni ó ń tọrọ owó mo ní ibi wo ló ní má ṣiṣẹ́ para ní bá pe ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó ti ní ara mi ẹsẹ̀ mi tí mo náà ń yọ mí lẹ́nu yẹn ó ti san ṣé mo lè padà síbi iṣẹ́ má ṣe débi iṣẹ́ padà ọ̀nkù mi tó ní rẹ́sítọ́ráǹtì bá ní òkè kí n kú bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà ń bá débẹ̀ kitchen ibi tó ní kí n ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ bá gbé mi síbẹ̀ mọ́ lọ́ba ní wọ́n ní mo mú oúnjẹ ṣe kí n sóúnjẹ o ọjọ́ yẹn mo ṣáà débẹ̀ mo sóúnjẹ oríṣiríṣi èmi fi idea mi sí everybody was saying the food was really nice and that was the way I started my life over there in London. And you know London is not easy like that. Mo kàn ń pé wọ́n jẹ́ kí n kúrò ní London jàre mo lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. I have a restaurant in Nigeria on Tramodel Plaza Balogun. I cater for Finbank, I cater for Fidelity. I thought it's going to be easy, but Nigeria is not easy. It was like a war front. But we thank God for everything. After that, mo kàn ń pé wọ́n èmi ò tiẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ oúnjẹ mú oúnjẹ tí wàá fẹ́ sún èmi. N bá sọ fẹ́ gbọ́n mi pé èmi fẹ́ relocate wá sí America ò lẹ́gbọ́n mi bá ní kí n máa bọ̀ wá tí mo dé ibà lẹ́gbọ́n mi bá ní wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ oúnjẹ mo ní mi ní mo ò ṣe oúnjẹ mi ní iṣẹ́ oúnjẹ ti sú mi. Ló bá ní ókè wọn á máa fa owó rẹ́ǹtì bá ní kí n gbáwò kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa fi rẹ́ǹtì. Ìgbà tí mo àwọn àwo tó fi rẹ́ǹtì lọ́jọ́ náà ló bá kọ́ fọ́dà jìyàwó mo ní mi èmi ò ṣe léyìí mọ́ mi ìṣe wa fẹ́ mọṣẹ́ tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. Lẹ́gbọ́n mi bá lọ ṣe decoration ní ibì kan bí tó ti ṣe decoration ṣá n bá ní n bá rí Ṣẹ́gun Gèlè ibẹ̀ mo ti kọ́kọ́ pàdé Ṣẹ́gun Gèlè ló ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n Ṣẹ́gun Gèlè ló fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi níṣẹ́ náà jọ yẹn ló bá ní wípé n bá ní ẹjọ́ ibi ìbàyí wọ́n ní kíṣìnì ṣé wọ́n wá cook kí n kú máa sóúnjẹ fún wọn Nigerian cook ẹ̀gbọ́n mi bá ní wọn ní ìgbà òun ò fẹ́ wà láṣẹ́gun òun ò fẹ́ nǹkan tí Ṣẹ́gun bá gbẹ́nu òun sílẹ̀ òun máa gbé sí mú ní ẹjẹ́ ń bèrè náà ẹnu èèyàn lè ń fi kọ́ méje ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣáà ń sá sẹ́yìn ń bá gbọ́n bá ní ẹ ló sà ẹ jọ sá ṣé wọn wá kúkú bí nìyẹn náà bá ní àkí má wọrí nípò wọn bá mi bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ mo ní pé ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò yá bọ́wọn mẹ́ta ṣe dúró bá ní excuse me ma mi ìgbéyìnbó Amẹ́ríkà bá excuse me ma abi cook ni woman bá ní really oh I need a Nigerian cook mo ní really I'm here ó bá ní yọ kẹta kí n gbóúnjẹ wá bí mi ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe oúnjẹ fún wọn ní Eva Center nìyẹn. And from there people started giving me food, calling me. People that know me from Nigeria said, Abola, can't you open a restaurant? And that was everything. That was how everything started. I started my cooking from my house, which is Pagewood. And on that process, people have been telling me, Bola, go and get a shop, you cook very well. And I felt, okay. And there was the day I was just passing through Beachnor location, 12306 Beachnor, inside the Shell gas station. And I saw that gas station, I was like, there's nobody there, let me go and ask if they can give me that place. And that was where I started from. We got to a stage, people started complaining that that place is not suitable for them to sit. They want a place where they can have a live band, where they can sit and be more comfortable. My son now told me there was a shop that was vacant beside her. And that was I have to come to Sugar Island. 11134 Highway 6 South, Suite 216. That was where I have the second location. Up till now, everything is all about God. And good people around you, like Brashino, he helped me to promote my job. Shegun helped me. A lot of people out there, I think word of mouth really matters. What prompted me to African Store is when the COVID started. I need to get things, which most shops are not open. And I need to buy things to cook my food. I used to have a friend and my friend was not saying, there's a vacancy beside you. Why don't you just get a shop and make it a grocery store? You'll be getting the things you want in there and you can still sell for people. And I gave it a thought. I thought, oh, that was a good idea. And that was how I started. Mo lè rántí ọjọ́ kan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe order oúnjẹ. Èèyàn yẹn wá order fún menga o. Mo wá milk káàkiri ní African Store. That was during COVID. Most shop was not open. Mo bá wo shop kan náà. Shop kékeré tó pè ní African Store. Milk tó ń pé milk ọlọ́pẹ ni mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ rà náà ńjọ́ náà. Tó yẹ pé kò yẹ kó ju $1 lọ. Lóní tọ̀hún yìí bá ń pa bí $3.50. Mo ní mílìkì ọlọ́pẹ mà ní. Ọlọ́pẹ. Ó ní Nàìjíríà ló ti wá iṣẹ́ àgbọ̀n pé gbogbo èèyàn ò jáde mọ́. Ń bá ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ta yìí. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà ń kó oúnjẹ wọlé tí mo fi ń so oúnjẹ? Èmi náà lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń tà á. Kì í fi jẹ́ àǹfààní fún àwọn neighborhood mi. Kémi náà tiẹ̀ wò bóyá eye yẹn ni. Nǹkan tó ń ta $3 náà lọ́jọ́ náà. Tẹ́ bá débi bẹ̀rẹ̀ rí $1.50. Wọ́n á wò. Kò dẹ̀ sí èèyàn náà tó ń ta oúnjẹ tá à ń ta yìí náà. Tó lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé oúnjẹ tèmi ọmọ Bọ́láńlé wọn. Torí pé wọ́n ń tà ní ìdínwó, ọmọ tó tún tà wọ́n tún wá kó lọ́wọ́ tèmi náà. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa wo neighborhood la fẹ́ wúlò fún. Mo ní kí n wúlò fún gbogbo neighborhood ní àyàfọ̀ owó ṣe ìtọ́jú wá ń kó pé nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ rà ní $10 níbí o, tẹ́lẹ̀ rà ní $20 níbí kan, àwa ń tà $10 níbí o. Àti neighborhood, àtàwọn lóòsèsì, àti Richmond, àti Rosenborg, àti Dallas, all over wọn kàn wá kò ní kò wá sí ètè fẹ́ tà ní fún yín ní ìdíwọ́ ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ bè lọ́wọ́ Grains and Solid tí ò ní fi lọ́ba sọ mí di ìyálájé gbogbogbò tí bá rìn sí bí ìyálájé ìyá alámàlà ìyá ẹ̀bà mo ní gbogbo ẹ̀ náà mò ń jẹ́ kò sí ìtẹ̀pẹ̀ mi tí mi ìjẹ́nu gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣáà máa bá ara jà. Everybody ti ń jẹ àǹfààní discounted food tí máa ń ṣe ní every Friday both ní grocery store and ní restaurant débi tó ń pọ̀ tẹ̀ tí wá sún mi pàápàá wọ́n rò pé Friday nìkan ni mo wá ń tà jù báyìí sí ṣé kò wá sí báyìí but we still want to do more. Anything you want you get discounted for it every Friday both restaurant and grocery store we are open for you. Ẹ ṣeun gan-an ilé àtọ̀nà yín arojú ọ̀dẹ̀ yín arojú ìjáde yín ẹ̀ máa báre pàdé ìwọlé yín ẹ̀ máa báre pàdé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o I thank you so much because without you there is no Grains and Solid Without you, there is no Amala on point. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wá kù ní bonro. Ẹ sì máa wá o. Torí bí ó bá sẹ́yìn kò sẹ́mi náà o. Ẹ má fi wá sílẹ̀ o. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. I thank you all so much. May God continue to bless you all in the mighty name of Jesus. Mo wá ń gbàdúrà fún iléeṣẹ́ Abntv tó wá ń ṣe léyìí náà. Ẹ ní ṣe léyìí láṣẹ mọ́ o. Iléeṣẹ́ yẹn á máa ròkè o. More customer in Jesus' name, which I tell people that you are doing your job and you are doing great with it, and you will continue to go higher and higher in the mighty name of Jesus. Mo fẹ́ ṣe confine èèyàn mi nílé o, ẹ ṣé gan ni o, ní 11134 Highway 6 South every Friday a máa ní live band, a máa ní DJ tó máa wá play fún wa, débi tó jẹ́ pé a máa ń ṣe ìgbín, a máa ń ṣe grains and solid ń kú ọ̀bí, isi ewu, pẹ́pẹ́ pọ̀nmọ́, ìwọ̀n à ń ṣe súyà, débi tó pọ́n tún ní kí n máa ṣe pọ́pọ́ọ̀fù, mo tún ti fi pọ́pọ́ọ̀fù kún iṣẹ́ mi o, kò sí ohun tẹ́ fẹ́ tà ṣe fún yín o. Mo sọ àmì ẹ̀yìn kan yan ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, òun lè máa sọ mí di ìyá Friday yìí o, Friday là á máa rí yín o, ẹjọ́ ojoojúmọ́ ni ẹ máa wá o, lẹ́ máa wá lé ojúmọ́ là á máa fún yín discount Friday o. Please do come and check us out. Thank you so much.
All right. I told you that is a grace and solid and on point. That is a mobolanli tia, a mobolanli, a motobaolanili, grace and solid and on point. Have you ever checked our Amala out? If you are in Houston, Texas, and you never check grace and solid Amala on point out, that means you don't understand what I'm talking about. This can be very, very great if you can check them out. The only Amala center that when you get there, you have to ask for a takeaway to take your soup home. After the Jamalatan, you will still carry the soup home because our own soup is just like then the Amala. You will just enjoy it. Amala on point have come to stay, and not only Amala they are selling a lot of African cuisine there. You want issue attain? Do you want one rice? Do you want jollof rice? Do you want white rice? Do you want nkobi? Do you want bush meat? Whatever any kind of African cuisine that you want, they will take care of it. And that's why I say you should try contact them. Grace and solid Amala on point, and I beat my chest for them. You will not regret going there. It's a very good place to be, and the food is yummy. Need to try it out. So we were actually talking about something. That's when I want to welcome you back to the show, and still with me is one and only the man of our time, Bishop Ayo Morakio. Ṣé wàá pàṣà.
Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pa àmàlà yẹn ń jẹ́ kí ẹ máa gbé tọ́ mi díẹ̀.
Mo kàn feel like ṣé mi ní sáré lọ lo kìíní díẹ̀ báyìí. I feel like ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi pé àmàlà ọ̀fọ̀ ìpa àǹkọ́ àlejò bọ̀lẹ̀ ni o, a máa tó mẹ́ta o.
Bàbá lè bàgbé ránṣẹ́ ká jẹ́ lójú àwọn yẹn kàn mọ̀ pé.
Ẹ̀rọ àjẹ́ lójú àwọn èmi ń jẹun lójú.
Ẹ láti jẹ léyìí.
Most of the time when I'm eating, òkèlè mi máa ń tóbi mi fẹ́ káwé wọn.
Ẹ jẹ́ kan náà rí bó ṣe rí.
All right. So we were actually talking about the trauma and the experience. Someone gave us his own experience, and someone gave us our trauma.
Okay.
So what are the characteristics of experience and the characteristics of trauma? Let's just take 2 or 3 each.
That is tough. That is characteristic of living thing. No. I'm just trying to figure out. Most trauma is inflicted by voluntary or involuntary action at times. Some people are traumatized by the way and the beating they received by voluntary. The voluntary and involuntary action matters. that leave a scar in the brain of somebody forever. And then experience is something that by the law of nature you have to pass through. Say experience is the best teacher. When you have an experience about something, it's a learning curve. So that is the two different, you through this experience, there are something that is experience of life. If you said, oh, I was poor before, and that because I have that, I have a trauma for poverty. People look at you and laugh.
Trauma for poverty.
No, somebody say, I heal poverty with fashion. I said, thank God that you come out of it. You don't determine whether you come out of poverty or not.
Okay.
It's just grace. So there are some basic things of life. What makes it different from the experience of trauma is that there's some basic thing in life you have to go through.
Now, I was actually asking for the characteristics of trauma, the characteristics of experience.
Okay, experience is a teacher.
Okay.
Trauma scare your heart forever.
One.
It leaves a point in your life.
That's the one. Okay. The second one.
Okay, good. The other one.
Trauma kills.
Trauma can kill.
It can kill.
Experience does not kill.
Does not kill most of the time.
Most of the time.
Okay.
I think that's most of the time. Trauma is involuntary action.
Okay.
A trauma becomes an involuntary action.
A sudden action.
Sudden action that happens.
That leaves a scar
on the mind.
Okay.
And then experience is something you've been through that you learned a lesson.
Something that you can come out from and be a better person.
Yes, you can even actually replay it in your mind and reanalyze it. That you tell yourself, but trauma, you don't have that opportunity. It's just that you got locked up in somewhere. I think that's the only one I can manage with, because it's more than jump question right now. So if you know better,
I feel you're on the hot seat now.
That's true. Somebody should help me out. Maybe who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah, the hot seat. I can see that most of the time when you are with Sarah, you feel more comfortable than when you are with me.
A woman is easily persuaded and hungry, but man to man,
it's always tough anyway. Yeah, like you can hear from the bishop himself, Bishop I.O. Marakinyo. He said there is trauma and there is experience. So trauma, the characteristics of trauma is at times trauma can kill. At times trauma leaves, it happens sudden, all of a sudden. And at times trauma can be something that leave scar or permanent damage in people. And experience is a kind of thing that you can just live in it. I mean, experience it and become a new person, a better person. And experience is the kind of thing that treats you the way you probably might do some certain things. Then an experience does not leave a scare. Experience do what? Experience give you a better mind, a better eye opening into a certain things. So when you are putting shock, what do we call it? Trauma. Trauma can give you a shock of your life that forever you will be shocked whenever you see such a thing. So something happened to somebody of recent, and I think that's the trauma that make her to actually go and hang himself. He just died not quite long. I'm talking about 3 months ago. Is it 3 months or less than 2 months? Less than 2 months, because the video was all over everywhere, that he was saying that he's owing this, he's owing that, he doesn't want to leave all the parents, all the family into problem, because these guys, I think they sell cars and all that, and a lot of people were throwing it about, hey, the guy killed himself because of this, because of that. I still want to believe it's not because he's owing. If it is because he's owing, everybody hold one way or the other. In fact, in America, we hold more than anything. Most of what we do, most of what we have here is on credit. See, everybody hold. And at times on credit, you may not be able to even pay your credit, and the credit bureau will be following you all around. So it's something that happened to everybody. So don't, because you owe or anything happens. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're having trauma and you are not able to say it out, it keeps lingering in your brain. Do you get that? When you're having trauma about certain thing and you did not discuss it, it keeps lingering in your brain, and that keeps you to be feeling like, oh my God, what am I doing? Do I need to tell this one? What do I know this? You need to trust someone no matter how, no matter what. You still need to trust someone to to express yourself so that that person can see what he can do. But don't just trust anyhow person. Trust someone that you know that with this, I think I should be fine. Do you understand? Trauma kills. It kills at times. How does it kill? Let's see the scenario where the trauma kills.
Firstly, it kills your mind. You're locked up in that area. People die slowly.
Okay.
So many times we've seen that. So, let me give you a scenario. When somebody find out that he lost his parent, and by the shock of that, the fellow could die. The blood pressure shot up overnight, and before you know it, he dies. That's traumatized.
That's traumatized.
The boy, he saw his mother that he saw yesterday, and he said, "What happened?" In the baby today, what happened? The blood went off, and he fainted and off.
Wow.
So the shock of trauma can kill people, and some people, if it doesn't kill them, it paralyzes. So many people have.
Does trauma cause paralysis?
It causes it. The blood will rise abnormal,
okay,
and then it shuts down part of the body.
Now we become a doctor.
No, when you talk, you learn so many times. I wish our doctors are around.
If we have doctor in the building, please, can you please call 346-426-5650? 346-426-5650. Let's see what your own view about trauma and the experience is. What do you think, and what is your experience in the past about trauma, and what is the trauma that you maybe some people are going through trauma right now that we don't know. Everybody has his own way.
Not something affected him.
Nobody is perfect. At times you can get the shock of your life and you'll be like, yeah. Do you know that your spouse does not trust you can become a trauma?
That's true. I could figure this out. When some people move from Africa to America,
okay,
they got locked up. They used to do well in Africa before, and suddenly they got to America, they just find themselves at the lower end. Everybody treat them as if they're nobody.
They will refresh themselves. Let them refresh.
So some of them get locked up in that scenario, okay, that is difficult for them to come out. So you now see them frustrated, see them looking haggard, see them looking focused, because they can't resettle. So that's why when war happens, it's not the scare of war alone, but what people lost.
When the war has come and
all this stuff. So you find that some people lost their mind. Shock can make you to lose your mind.
Especially when they see some people being shot.
Yes.
In their presence.
In their presence. That's why most army are traumatized. That's why it's a special field in the army. That when they come back home, they have to sit with them, they have to medicate them. That's why America give a lot of medicine to take them down to do this, because your brain have recorded something that it cannot be easily wiped out.
Something happened to an army officer, not quite long. He was right there at the war front, and he saw a small boy, very small boy, like 7-year-old, carrying that what do you call it, shooter. The boy managed to carry the shooter to his shoulder, and about to pull the trigger towards all the armies that are staying there. So this guy doesn't have any other choice
than to kill the boy.
And
he will never forgive him.
The moment he released that shot and the boy died,
his brain will wipe out.
He just hold his head and it was like, oh my God. The fact is that he has about 7 years old boy in the house.
Okay.
So whenever he now sits with his wife and they're at home, and the boy is like playing with mom or anything, he will be looking at the boy like the boy
will be
becoming that the boy that wanted to kill his wife. So he will run to the boy and carry the boy. What's going on with you? The wife will be saying, don't kill my boy. What's the problem? What's the problem? Leave my boy alone. He said, nothing. He said, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Look at the way you want to do, like you want to kill him. I don't want to kill him. I just see him the way he is doing. No, he's not doing anything. He's just playing with me. We're just playing. So these are the level at which trauma can take somebody to. It's not an easy thing. I'm praying, and I'm praying so well for everybody that is going through trauma today, that God will see you through in the mighty name of Jesus. Especially some people that get the trauma through their dad. A lot of people got raped with their dad because they believe they are the only confidant as at that time, and the dad took their advantage in the you know what I'm saying. Since it's then, the trauma has been for the girl, and the girl can, it might not even let the girl want to have a boyfriend again. You know why? Because the girl will be like, are you still like my dad? Because there's no way you will care for your daughter, that the daughter will not be looking at you whenever he sees that you are the kind of person he can't even point to that's my boyfriend or that's my sugar daddy. Yeah, how can your daughter call you are the sugar daddy or you are the boyfriend? Does that sound well? And to those that are in Nigeria today, I want to say thank you for watching us, but I still want to let you know something. It's going out to do sugar daddy and sugar mommy and sugar whatever is the only thing that can put things on your table. Have you forgotten you can get a trauma through that? There are a lot of people that go to their sugar dad. I think I said something the other day when a lady went for outing. I think it was a hookup. It was a hookup. So on the hookup, as they were going, the lady was right beside the sugar daddy. Then I don't know, sugar daddy might be a Senate president or whatever, or Senate member or whatever. So the sugar daddy was with the entourage, all the so-called army and everybody around him. So, but because the sugar daddy liked this girl, he asked the girl to sit right beside him at the back of the car. The straight bullet that came hit that sugar dad in the head, and he's gone forever. And most of the eight were injured. This girl left and got home. So since that time, he has been looking at sugar dad thing as a big deal. Which is a big deal. It's a big deal. So I just want you to understand that the trauma of that will always be on our head. I don't care how the sugar dad will be, if it's not a senate, whatever. I'm just saying it. I don't mean the sugar dad is a senate member or whatever. I'm just saying how big the sugar dad was, that he has his entourage and everybody around him. At the end of the day, he was killed right in front of that girl. Do you think the trauma will leave the girl? No. Do you think it will leave it won't leave the girl? The trauma will always be there for the girl. I'm telling you today, there is difference between experience and trauma. So if you have a good experience, good luck. If you have a trauma, I want to tell you, tell it to somebody today. Let people hear what you're facing, how you feel. Maybe from there, you'll be able to get to understand what is happening, and you probably might take it off your mind. Because some people, because of trauma, they decide to say, you know what, I'm not marrying anymore. I don't think marriage is for me.
Like I would just say this. Maybe you know the story that broke off late. Daily, this Pastor Daily that went to this, is it Daily also? Okay. That was speaking again, Ajayi.
Okay, Daily
Ogundekpe.
Okay.
When I listened to the story, I know that he was traumatized by his experience.
By the experience?
By the experience he passes through. Instead of him to seek for help, he lashes out on people. I do understand his pain, but he was even getting at his member. You pray that they do that to your mother. That's
a kind of thing that can happen that
you are traumatized.
You can't hold back.
You can't hold back. And I love the sweet way the woman replied back. That she smiled. She's wise. Said, I don't fight. It's still my son. I'm grateful that she understood that he has a problem. And if she's my contribution to this is that reach out to him. Have you got the reply of the Ajayi?
But Ajayi didn't even talk about what they said is happening.
No.
She never mentioned what is going on.
Yesterday.
She only said, whenever I come to my church, I will go hug him. Even he come now, I will hug him.
Yes.
That's not the question. The question is, what did you do that can make him to be saying this?
Let me say this to you. If you keep on rehashing the story, you'll be wounding the experience of that guy.
But at least you have to still say something towards that.
What I will say to her is correct the error. Heal him now.
How?
And reach out to him.
How?
And you can send for him. You can
reach out to who that is ready to listen, or somebody that is ready to tell everything to the whole world. If you even mess up with reaching out,
no, they have to find it. They will have to find a medium ground.
You are taking me to another level. We have trauma and we have experience. Let's quickly go for this short break, and after that, we will tell you the scenario of today. Thank you.
Glory of God African Food Store, your one-stop grocery shop for a wide variety of international products such as momo, asa fish, mangala, stockfish,
akamo ogi, and African bread,
and various food and soup condiments. Our products are always fresh, conveniently available, and professionally packed. Our store is known for its professional, quick and express service. Come visit us today at the Glory of God African Food Store. We are located at
127198 Business Street, Houston, Texas
77099. Call us today on
281-498-7747.
Our customer service always on point.
Glory of God African Food.
And Lord of Lords, oh, so great you are, doing marvelous things. Everything written about you, yeah. I love you, thank you, Jesus. I love you.
Hello everyone, an amazing joint is here with different African dishes. Amala bula, iyan legusi, semo and okra, suya, grilled fish, efo riro, jollof rice, plus different kind of swallow and soup. Amala joint, a very great arena to meet and discuss with your loved ones, business meeting, dating meeting, and all kinds of meeting. Amala joint. Order now through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. 281-721-2982. Amala Joint 6271 Highway 6 South, Houston, Texas 77083. Amala Joint, the best joints to eat the best African food. Amala Joint.
All right, and that is that. I was actually talking about Amala Joint. What is Amala Joint? Amala Joint is a place whereby you can enjoy your Amala the way you want to enjoy it. Amala ruwo le fẹ́ ṣe ní láfún ni àbí gbẹ̀gìrì pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àbí tẹ́fẹ́ jẹ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀fọ́ àbí ẹ̀fọ́ rírò àbí abúlà àbí. So, like I was saying the other time before we went for the break, whatever you are going through, please try to tell somebody about it. Tell somebody about it so that someone can actually be part of what is supposed to happen with you, and it won't happen to you in a bad way if you are able to say it on time. On time is what it is. If it's not that you didn't tell it, but if you didn't tell it on time, it might go other way around. Okay, let's look for today. Before I go for today's scenario, I want to make my submission like this. Or let me ask you to do your own submission before I do my submission on the one we are talking about
the trauma.
The trauma and the experience.
Okay, I will just tell the people that everybody has one way or the other one thing that traumatized them. But initiate a discussion about it. Talk to an expert. Talk to your friend. You don't even need to look for an expert initially. A problem shared is half solved. So share your experience. They don't share it with somebody. If they're going to laugh, let them laugh. It helps you. Even their laughing itself can even bring it in. Like I like to say where I'm weak, so that when you're talking about it, you make it light for me. So instead of me to just build on it and just be holding it. Then secondly, turn every experience to a learning curve. Every experience should not be wasted. It's a very scarce resources that if well managed, will take it to higher ground. But when it's not managed, that's when it becomes destructive. And sometimes when you leave your experience and not well attended to, and you become bitter on it, it becomes traumatic. Because that experience, instead of you to learn, what makes the difference between experience and all these things that in experience you learn. But some people get locked up in that experience and misinterpreted the opportunity of learning through it and become toxic. And when they become toxic, you graduate it to become traumatic. So a lot of things that we are calling traumatic experience, something should have been taken to the lower sector of life and diagnosed as an experience, so that it can help you out to think better. That is my submission.
Okay. You just heard from the man of God, prophet, Bishop I.O. Murakio, that experience at times is good, but most of the time when it becomes to trauma, it leaves a scar on your mind, and you probably might not be able to get out of it until you tell it to somebody. I will tell you today that experience is the best teacher that they're saying. Doesn't mean experience will always be good. Some can be bad. Some can be for you to correct your ways. But as we grow in life, I know we will keep having the experience of doing some certain things, some great things and all that. You see, experience that I have in life might probably put me where I'm sitting down here now today. And as it is, that is why I always tell somebody, nobody is an epitome of everything. We have to jam around, get it from here, get it from here, get it from here. That's where you can become what you want to become. That's why I told someone, I said that my dad has money does not make you to be rich.
Yes, sir.
Because most of the time, the dad that has the money might not let you experience what you need to experience. So by the time the dad leave the money behind you, it will be wasteful, because you have never have any experience on how to turn $10 to $20 or turn $20 to $21. So you don't have no experience. So experience is what, even in America here, whenever you want to go for any interview, they will ask you for your experience. They will say, what are your experience? So if you have the experience, that's what they can say. Okay, with the experience you have now, this is what we can talk about you. You understand me? That's why some people even request not only 1 year experience, they request from 2 to 3 years experience, because they know with 1 year you might be doing off and on, that the time that you are always there might not be more than maybe 2 months in the whole year.
Do you know, sir, it's happening now with the educational system.
Okay.
You might have a PhD without an experience, and they prefer to check an honorary BSc. Why? Because they believe that experience that fellow has gotten in life has widened his scope. So going to university, say I want to have PhD and all this stuff. I said, please manage your experience well. Because a lot of people say, that's why you said, and they tell them you're overqualified. Not that they don't have the knowledge, but there's no experience. Let me say this to you. If I give a TV station, a full TV station that is like CNN to you right now, you might outshine somebody who is doing an entry or a newscaster with PhD.
Of course.
Because you know the system of how everything works. So that's why most people are employing people right now are busy looking for experience.
For someone with experience.
I would prefer to take a school cert fail in Nigeria that have worked so hard in some department that knows in and out than taking a fresh graduate who has never done anything big in his life, because he will just be writing English for me and be putting theory on the table for me. Meanwhile, he knows that the best university in the world is the world itself.
So that brings me to those politicians in Nigeria that they believe money is everything, that whenever they get money, they acquire money, whether they steal it or whether they get it through the normal way. I don't know, their normal usual way they got it, and they believe all this money, if I can put this on my children and everything, they will be fine forever. You can't have your children's money, you know. There's no way. I don't think it can take some people. Most of the time, it takes some children 1 or 2 years before they squander all the money you think you have in your account. You understand me? The only option is if you are a dad or you are a mom. You are in money now. Everything is working so good for you. Please allow your children to have experience, no matter what. Let them know at times you need to be able to know how to turn $1 to $1.50, or $1 to $1.10, or $1 to $1.01. So that when he is alone or is not around you again,
he will be able to survive.
He will be able to survive on his own. That is what we call experience. Most of the time, some people see when a small boy or a 10-year-old boy is eating gari and just drinking gari alone, they say, ìyá ti jẹ kú, ìyá kọ́ àwa náà ti jẹ gbogbo ẹ̀.
But if you see the gari today, as you are speaking now, it's not a delicacy to you.
It's a delicacy. In fact, I can't even sit down when move gari. Oh, ni jẹ́ kí n ráyè, but timba ma enjoy it because it's something I've used to. And some of us that go to the universities and polytechnics, we always know that is our food then.
With kulikuli. When you put the kulikuli.
tó bá mọ̀ ṣe dáadáa ni olówó lọ́wọ́ ló fi kulikuli jẹ o tó bá ti lówó lọ́wọ́ kò sí kulikuli bẹ́ẹ̀. So you see, it's an experience that makes us to know that at times some things, the money might not be in your hand, you might not be able to have anything at all, but with the little you have, you can be able to manage. Some people will have money, let's say you have about $50 in your hands today, and you want to survive for just 3 days. The only thing some people will do, they will go to Amala. They will go to Amala Point. They will eat it the way they used to eat it. You understand me? If you eat Amala Point maybe 2 or 3 times, your $50 is gone. You understand me? How can that sustain you for 3 days? But if you go to Amala Point, as we always do, I assure you, Amala Point will give you obe. That soup alone, when you take it home, it can last you for 3 days.
You cover it.
You will just cover it. Just take it home, yes. And go and buy gari from the store.
You don't even have a wife at home. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing now. All you need is just put up in the fridge and start warming it, and take your gari to enjoy it.
Do you know how we use 1 teaspoon of soup to eat a basegelu?
You see, feshelu no.
You can't boil water. You will soak the you mold it like what? You put the soup. Oh God.
So there is experience and trauma. The trauma is the one we want to talk last now. The trauma is when something happened to you and you can't but get panic whenever such a thing is about to happen, or you see you have an idea or the knowledge that something is it knowledge, understanding.
Yes. Knowledge, that's true.
Okay, that's you understanding. You foresee that this kind of a thing is about to happen to you. That is the trauma, and trauma can kill. It leaves scars on your mind. It makes you feel like you are nobody at times, because when you are in the midst of people, you are not seeing what they are seeing again. You are in another realm. And how do you survive this? Most of the time, you need to say it to somebody that you trust. Be it your friend, be it your dad, be it your mom, be it your cousin, be it your boyfriend, be it your man friend, whatever. Just make sure you tell it out to people, and do not keep all those things, because it can kill. It can kill. That's why whatever you are going through today, I pray God will make you the best out of it. Will make you the best out of it. Nothing nothing bad will happen to you in Jesus' name. For those that are going through trauma today, I pray that healings will come over you, and that thing will go gradually by itself by God's grace, and you have no reason to be traumatized anymore in the mighty name of Jesus. And this is where we come to stop the program today. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors. You said something about BSA the other day.
Oh no, I just want to give it to him. He did a good job, and I'm planning that whenever I'm sending anything home, I'm just going to give him a call.
It's going to be BSA Logistics.
It's going to be.
It's not because we are advertising them.
No. I remember that I even got to the extent of getting their address in Nigeria.
Wow.
Calling them, and the lady said, "Thank you, sir. I will do that, sir." Oh no.
Wow.
There's nothing shady about their business. Very straightforward people. Very, very straightforward, and the price is affordable.
All right.
I can tell you the price.
All right. That's that about BSL Logistics, and if you want to try them out, they have their numbers and everything all over everywhere. You want to know who I'm talking about? Just type BSA Logistics and Procurement on the Google, and it's going to give you their address. Anyone I mention on this show, just type the name that I call on the Google, and believe you me, you have the address and their phone number. Then you want to be part of it, just make sure you relate with them. And for those that have tried their best to contribute to this program today and they don't have enough time, I'm so sorry that we can't have your calls. But no matter what, guess what? We're still together. We can see each other. We can learn from each other. And whatever we might have said today, or we might have said, definitely you have grabbed one or two things that can help your living in this world. If anybody didn't die, it won't go. You have to die first before you go. It's like a pastor that is preaching heaven. You must get to heaven. You must get to heaven. And here, you want to get to heaven, okay? You get to heaven where you're at. You have to get to somewhere. So I want to say a big thank you to Grace and Solid and Malawan Point. I want to say thank you to Daniel Fashion LLC, Anoluwa African Store, Finger Linking, God's Glory, Unique Beauty Parlors, Sunrise African Supermarket, Glory of God, thank you so much. Aegis Insurance, thank you so much. Suya on the spot. Suya on the spot. I want to check in. Let me remember that there are some snacks in Yoruba land that you never been tasting before for a long time. So you haven't taken it for a long time. So when you get there, you will know that Masawa and Be. Once you kódà tó bá ní kí wọ́n ṣe pèkèrè, wọ́n á ṣe pèkèrè fún ẹ. Ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọ̀jọ̀jọ̀, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọ̀mìnì. Every goddamn thing that has to do with snacks, you need to try Suya on the spot out. And I'm telling you, you have a reason to say, wow, Shina Ayomi, you are the best. Thank you so much. Suya on the spot. Amala Joint, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I want to appreciate Bishop Rabbi Michael too. Thank you so much, Baba. God bless you. I hope you join us soon by God's grace. Dagunduro is already in JP now. Jerusalem, they're back. Okay, they're back. Landa, they're back. So Baba will be live on our show very soon. I'll have Baba live, and he will tell you the experience so that you also can be able to be part of the next trip by God's grace. A big thank you to So Sweet Bread. That bread that be like agege bread. You know, agege bread is the best. You know, if you try So Sweet Bread with Ewa going, you will thank me later. So Sweet Bread, that's the bread. So Sweet Bakery did it. So ask for So Sweet Bread anywhere at all. So let me now say a big thank you to my co-host today, the man of the people, by the people, and for the people, Bishop Ayo Murakio. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you don't have a trauma.
No. No.
The only trauma is that of the rat.
No, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
It's only the one of the rat that.
I'm working on it.
Today I'll tell you my own trauma. You run away. I have my own too.
Every one of us.
Everybody has. A big thank you to Sarah. Bukola Sarah is not able to be part of this show today, but Bukola Sarah, We love you. Bukola Sarah, we love you. Bukola Sarah, we love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you so much. And a lot of people will be saying, where's Bukola? Where's Bukola?
It's going to be with us
very soon, by God's grace. So, and to all that have been part of this show, thank you so much. God will bless you. Because you are there, that's why we are here. And our own stress is your enjoyment right there. A big thank you to the one that have been putting everything together to make everything go smoothly. Georgina Abrako, thank you so much, Georgina. God bless you. We love you and keep doing the best. You see, that's your experience now. If anybody wants to talk about, who is Georgina? Some people even before you get there, they'll say, she's the lady that always do the all this thing. And when you get to anywhere, everybody will just say, oh, that's the one with the experience. If you don't have experience, there's no way you can be perfect in whatever you are doing. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. Shino Ayo Oyinlola is my name. Teku larada tomutomu la February le baba to be miloma. Eni alata laya tataleno atenu ataya bakana igeleku. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ wò wá o, ojú ò ní tì yín, ojú yín ò ní fọ́, lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ máa rí ṣe, ẹ máa rí náà, ẹ máa rí lò. Èyí náà ò ní tán wo yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe tẹ́ ń gbé nǹkan wá sórí ètò yìí tàbí tẹ́ ń pè mí níbí. Ṣínà bàbá Ṣẹ́msì, Ṣínà ìjẹta mo ti Ohio dé. Tẹ́ bá rí Ohio yẹn, no. I want to say happy birthday to the lady tí a ṣe birthday fún ní Ohio, Kẹ́mi Ọmọ́tóyìnbó, Kẹ́mi Ọmọ́tóyìnbó, náà ni ó ṣe birthday 50th birthday. Happy 50th birthday, Kẹ́mi Ọmọ́tóyìnbó. God bless you. We love you. And we say from now on, you will be glowing in God's favor by God's grace. Ojú òní ti gbogbo wa. Nítorí àwíjàre kí tó tán lẹ́nu jàre, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí, ìyá ẹran ayọ̀ la máa wo, ojú òní fọ́. Thank you so much. Till tomorrow you see me again. God bless you and God bless my country, Nigeria.
Àánú Olúwa African Store níbi tí a ti ń ta oúnjẹ Áfíríkà lóníkan òjọ̀kan, iṣu, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, èlùbọ́, gààrí tọ́kan tó wọ̀nyí, ẹja tútù, ẹja gbígbẹ, pọ̀nmọ́, panla, ẹ̀fọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ní àwọn ohun èròjà inú ọbẹ̀ tiwantiwa tó pójú owó, epo pupa, tìmáàtì, atarodo, sọ̀m̀bọ̀, tàǹtàṣé, irú, ògìrì, àwọn ìrẹsì tiwantiwa. Bó ń fẹ́ ọ̀fadà, ó rí níbẹ̀. Àánú Olúwa African Store wọ́n ń bá ní ṣe oúnjẹ, tẹ́ ẹ bá ní ṣíṣe. Oúnjẹ wọn dùn, ó pójú owó. Wọ́n ń ṣe home delivery fún ẹni tí ó bá lè wá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń fẹ́ ra àwọn ohun èlò ẹwà ara tàbí ohun èlò ẹwà orí obìnrin, báàgì léwọ́, weave-on, jewelry, bàtà, aṣọ Áfíríkà. Wọ́n ń ṣe ẹwà irun orí fún àwọn obìnrin. Gbogbo ohun èròjà tí ẹbí rẹ nílò ni wọ́n ń tà níbẹ̀. Bó jẹ́ tọkùnrin, bó jẹ́ tobìnrin, àti tàwọn èwe pẹ̀lú. Àánú Olúwa African Store wà ní number 4917 Highway 36 South Suite B, Rosenborg, Texas 77471. Tí ẹ bá ń fẹ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé, ẹ pè Janet lórí aago torun 832-858-6453 tàbí 832-858-6455. Máa gbénú Amẹ́ríkà ló nǹkan Áfíríkà. Àánú Olúwa African Store ló nìyẹn, ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé.
Mama, it's about time for so sweet bread. Since I had my first bite, it's all I've been thinking about. And I can't wait to have a taste of so sweet cakes too. That bread that she deserves.
Oh, Sweet Bakery, your one-stop spot for your hygienically prepared, nutritious, fresh bread and pastries, ranging from African, continental, and of course, a touch of the Caribbean. See, talk about that real